Can open any door with ease. One little word is thanks, and the other little word is please. You'll be so surprised at what these two little words can do. They work like a charm for me, and they work like a charm for you. Now if you want the butter, you say please pass the butter. Good manners are never out of style. And when you get the butter, the next thing that you utter is thanks with a great big happy smile. Here we go. There are two little magic words that can open any door with ease. One little word is thanks, and the other little word is please. Hey! Anyway, I have another new record. I got to tell you how this happened. My wife one Sunday morning said, "Stan, get your accordion." I said, I don't want to play the accordion on Sunday morning. She says, "Get your accordion." So I got it. Now she says, "Take off all your clothes." I said, "What are you talking about Sunday morning, take off all my..." She said, "Just take off all your clothes and put on your accordion." Well, come to find out, she'd found this song for me down in California. And I hate to tell you fellas, but you know, it's going to happen to all of us sooner or later. I hope it's a lot later, but anyway, here's my new record, and I hope you like it. I stepped out of the shower, I got a good look at myself. I got a punch, I'm getting fat, I thought it was somebody else. Then I caught a glimpse in the mirror on the back of the bathroom door, and I just don't look good naked anymore. I went upstairs to that bathroom, I turned the mirror to the wall. I hung it there when I was young and trim and pretty tall. I used to stand there and pose and flex until my arms got sore, but I just don't look good naked anymore. I went to see my doctor for my annual physical exam. I stood there in the buff in front of him, and suddenly he said, "Man." I said, "What is it, Doc, some fatal disease? I just gotta know the score." He said, "Nope, you just don't look good naked anymore." My wife and I had a dance routine. Everybody said it was unique. Now it's only when we're back to back that we're dancing cheek to cheek. I went to a nudist beach to have a little fun. I laid there in my birthday suit just soaking up the sun. Then someone yelled, "A big white whale just washed up on shore." And I just don't look good naked anymore. My arches fell, my chest went to hell, and my butt's been dragging the floor. And I just don't look good naked anymore. Hey! Oh boy. Thank you, music lovers, wherever you are today. See, we're having a wonderful time here today, and we're all happy and everything. But this poor lady had no relatives and no friends, and she lived at the foot of Queen Anne Hill, and she decided to go over to the pet store and get a pet. And she looked at the dogs and the cats and the fish and everything, and finally she saw this cute little parrot over in the corner. And she thought, "My gosh, that looks like a cute little pet. Maybe it'll talk even." So she bought the parrot and took it home and put it over in the corner, and the parrot started to swear something fierce. Well, she was a very religious lady, so she was Catholic. She went up to the Catholic church and she found the father, and she says, "Father, I bought this little pet. It was a parrot, and you know, it just swears something terrible. What can I do?" "Oh," he says, "well, you don't have a problem. See over in the corner there, I have two little boy parrots, and they're perfect gentlemen and very religious. All they do all day is sit there and say their beads." "Well," he said, "bring your little girl parrot up and I'll put it in the pen with my two little boy parrots, and there'll be a good influence on her." So she brings her little girl up there and puts it in the cage with the two little boys, and they look at each other, and one little parrot says to the other one, Drop your beads, Herman. We got what we've been a-praying for. Oh, gosh. But you know, my wife and I now have been doing these tours for 25 years. I can't believe it. It's that long, but we have been doing it that long. And we never do a tour unless we've done it first ourselves. So when we're going to do Washington, D.C., we went back there to check on everything, check on the hotels and the restaurants and everything. And, gosh, we stayed at the Watergate. Does that ring a bell? Watergate? We stayed there. And it was just went up for bid the other day, and nobody bid on it. I don't know what's wrong with the place. But anyway, we're sitting there one night, and Barbara says to me, "Do you think our room is bugged?" Well, I says, "I don't know, but I'll check it out." So I looked under the bed for a microphone, you know, and I looked up in the light fixtures couldn't find a mic anywhere. And I saw this little scatter rug down there. And I pushed that rug aside, and there was a metal plate with 2 screws in it. So I got out my screwdriver and took out those 2 screws and lifted the plate, and there's no mic there either. So I put the plate back and the 2 screws in the rug, and next morning I went down to check out, and the guy at the front desk said, "Well, how was your stay?" Oh, I said, "It was wonderful." He said, "Nothing went wrong?" "No, nothing went wrong." I said, "Everything was perfect." Well, I said, "You're sure lucky. The couple underneath, they had a chandelier fall on their head." Oh, dear. But anyway, well, something that I've got to do today that I forgot to do here recently, but I got reminded of this too. You know, I met Elliot Brown in the hallway at King one day, and Elliot Brown, he was one-to-one to the organ accompanist, and he said, "Stan, your clubhouse needs a theme song. And I'm going to write a theme song for you. It's going to be a whole bunch of gibberish words. But if the kids can remember these gibberish words, that's their password into the meeting every day." So by golly, I learned the song, and we used to sing it every day. And I'll sing it for you today. And maybe some of you might even remember the words. I don't know. You know, it's funny nowadays. I sing that song, and the mothers and dads are singing along, and their kids are looking up and they're, "What's going on? What is that all about?" Anyway, here's the song. Zero Doc. Oh, and I got to tell you that, see, the toughest part of the whole thing was that I had to have a new joke every day. So I'll sing you the song and tell you one of the jokes, and then you'll know why I'm not on anymore. Zero Docus, Moochocrocus, Hallabaloos above. That's a secret password that we use down at the club. And Zero Docus, Moochocrocus, Hallabaloos a fan means now you are a member of Kane's TV Club with Stan and Omo and Hey You and Foghorn Peterson and Pepita the Flea and Victorola. Gang, have I got a joke for you today. You're just going to love it. There was this guy down at Pier 70, and he was walking along out towards the end of the pier, and he wasn't looking where he was going. He was just looking at all the cracks and all the slits in the pier. And he kept walking out towards the end of the pier with his head down, looking at all the cracks and all the slits. And finally, he walked right off the end of the pier, and he fell into the bay. And the moral of the story is, when you're out of slits, you're out of pier.